total body content of copper is 100 milligram. It is present in muscle, liver, bone marrow, brain, kidney, heart, hair. Some of the enzymes where copper is present, they are ceruloplasmin, cytochrome oxidase, cytochrome C, tyrosinase, lysyl oxidase, ALA synthase, monoamine oxidase, and superoxide dismutase phenol oxidase. Copper containing non-enzymatic proteins are hepatocuprin. It is present in liver in storage forms. Also present cuprothionin. It is also present in liver. Other than that, hemocuprin. This is present in RBC. And erythrocuprin present in bone marrow. Hemocyanin is blue color pigment present in crustacean and it carries oxygen for them. Requirement for adult is 1.5 to 3 milligram per dl. Sources are cereals, meat, liver, nuts, vegetables. 10% dietary copper is absorbed and 90% copper is bound to ceruloplasmin and 10% is bound to albumin. For copper homeostasis, you need copper transporter 1, that is the importer. It will import the copper from outside to cell. And ATP7A and ATP7B, they are the exporters, so they will export the copper from inside the cell to the outside. Copper binds to the prion proteins and cause Alzheimer's disease. Absorbed copper, which is bound to albumin, it goes to liver. There it is incorporated in hepatocytes and it creates all the enzymes and proteins. Normally, no free copper is in blood. Ionic copper. In blood, the level is, in blood it is present at around 75 to 150 microgram per dl. It is measured by atomic absorption spectroscopy, AAS. It is excreted through bile. And urine, there is normally no copper in urine. So you have to measure in the disease condition, you have to measure the copper content in the urine. Function, there are many enzymes which contain copper, so it is needed. Cytochrome oxidase present in mitochondria for energy production. Lysyl oxidase, it also has copper. In lysyl oxidase, what happened? It oxidizes lysine residue. 4 lysine residue, if it oxidizes, produce desmosine. That desmosine will be causing cross linkage in the elastin. And for collagen also, formation and maturation, this lysyl oxidase is needed. Ceruloplasmin and hephaestin, that cause mobilization of iron from mucosal cell, reticuloendothelial cell and hepatic parenchyma cell. Monoamine oxidase. DOPA is dopamine. DOPA is formed in melanocyte also, in CNS also. From tyrosine to it produce DOPA and then it produce melanin in melanocyte. And in CNS from tyrosine it forms DOPA, then dopamine, then norepinephrine, epinephrine, then metanephrine and vanillyl mandelic acid. For the metabolism of dopamine, from metanephrine to vanillyl mandelic acid formation, we need monoamine oxidase. So, for metabolism of dopamine, we need MAO, monoamine oxidase. Tyrosinase, that is present in melanocyte, that forms melanin. It forms from tyrosine, it forms DOPA in melanocyte. Superoxide dismutase. There is different type of superoxide dismutase. One is mitochondrial and one is cytoplasmic. For mitochondrial superoxide dismutase, you need manganese. And for cytoplasmic superoxide dismutase, you need copper and zinc. That is copper and zinc dependent. What is superoxide dismutase? That is present for free radical scavenger system. In that, there is some of the enzymes are there. The superoxide dismutase, catalase, glutathione peroxidase, and glutathione oxidase. And this superoxide dismutase, zinc and copper dependent, it is cytoplasmic. So, what are the free radicals? All the free radicals will be produced, that will be scavenged by these enzymes. And ceruloplasmin is a good antioxidant. These free radicals will be removed by antioxidants, and ceruloplasmin is one of the antioxidant. Other than that, aqueous phase antioxidant is vitamin C, and lipid phase antioxidant is vitamin E. Caffeine also antioxidant, and other than that, cysteine, glutathione, they are antioxidants. You have to remember the antioxidants. If they ask what are the example of antioxidants, vitamin E and vitamin C, you have to tell. Other than that, ceruloplasmin, caffeine and glutathione, if you can say. Transcription factor also, copper is needed. It helps in regulation of expression of genes. For prion proteins, copper bind to the prion proteins and cause Alzheimer's disease. Abnormal metabolism of copper. You will see some of the diseases. One of that is Wilson disease. Wilson disease is present in 1 in 50,000 of cases. Ceruloplasmin reduced in Wilson hepatolenticular degeneration. Here what happens? Hepatocyte is also involved, and lenticular degeneration means copper deposits in basal ganglia. So it is lenticular component is there. Hepatolenticular degeneration. And there is defect in gene encoding ATP7B that is present in liver. So whatever the copper present in liver, that cannot be exported. So copper cannot be utilized. So there will be abnormality and deposition of copper in brain, liver and cell. Treatment is chelating agent is penicillamine, and zinc will reduce the absorption of copper. So zinc is also one of the treatment. What is ceruloplasmin? Ceruloplasmin is alpha-2 globulin. Ceruloplasmin, you can say, it is a glycoprotein. It has a carbohydrate component also, and protein component is alpha-2 globulin. Ceruloplasmin is acute phase reactant. Means in inflammation, in malignancy, it will increase. Acute phase reactant, it has color, blue color. And from Latin word ceruleus, that word has come ceruloplasmin. It is produced from hepatic parenchyma. Other than that, from lymphocyte and macrophage also, to the lesser extent, it is produced. From apoceruloplasmin, it forms the holoceruloplasmin. How? Apoceruloplasmin, the peptide part, in that copper will be added by the intracellular ATPase. That ATP7B and ATP7A, all that are there. That is intracellular ATPase. ATP7A and 7B, they are the gene, and you can say there is intracellular copper binding ATPase also there, that will incorporate the copper into the apoceruloplasmin, and after that carbohydrate will be added and together will form the holoceruloplasmin. and hollow ceruloplasmin has half-life of 4 to 5 days. Ceruloplasmin is decreased in case of hepatitis, malnutrition, and cirrhosis. Wilson disease also. Wilson disease, ceruloplasmin is reduced. So, ceruloplasmin is reduced in Wilson disease also. There is copper is not incorporated. So, hollow ceruloplasmin is not producing. Cause the decreased ceruloplasmin, hepatitis will cause increased ceruloplasmin. Wilson disease, malnutrition and cirrhosis will cause decreased ceruloplasmin, and increased ceruloplasmin is hepatitis, pregnancy and estrogen malignancy. Normal adult level of ceruloplasmin is 22 to 40 milligram and female level is 25 to 60 milligram per dl. So, Wilson disease ceruloplasmin level will be less than 60 milligram per dl. In copper toxicity, you can see the Kay's ring, Kaeser-Fleischer ring, that is green or golden color ring around the cornea. That is Kay's ring also you can see. Ceruloplasminemia. Here is ceruloplasmin is congenitally low. Ceruloplasmin also is known as ferrooxidase. In previous class, I have told that in ferritin, transferrin, Fe2 plus bound with transferrin with the help of ferrooxidase can convert to Fe3 plus bound to transferrin, and oxidized copper present in ceruloplasmin will reduce to copper plus ceruloplasmin. So, ceruloplasmin also known as ferrooxidase, it has the ferrooxidase activity. So, it will help iron mobilization and utilization. So, any aceruloplasminemia, there will be iron will not be utilized. So, there will be anemia. Iron accumulation in liver, brain and pancreatic cell and neurological symptoms. Iron mobilization also not be there. I think there will be anemia also. It is not mentioned. But iron mobilization if it can't happen, so normoblast uptake also copper is needed, all that needed. If ceruloplasmin is not mobilizing the iron, it can happen but it's not written. Copper deficiency anemia. Copper helps in hemoglobin formation. ALA synthase is needed for hemoglobin, and copper deficiency will cause decreased hemoglobin formation. Copper containing ceruloplasmin will cause iron transport. Copper helps in uptake of iron by normoblast. Copper deficiency will cause RBC number will be reduced and size will be decreased. So, it will be microcytic normochromic anemia. But when iron deficiency will be added, that time it will cause microcytic hypochromic anemia. Previous one, only copper deficiency will cause microcytic normochromic anemia, and along with iron deficiency it will cause microcytic hypochromic anemia. Lysyl oxidase, that is the enzyme, copper containing enzyme, it will cause oxidation of lysine, 4-lysine residue will cause formation of desmosine, that will be formation of cross-linking in the elastin, and collagen formation and maturation also it is needed. So, their vessel wall, big vessel wall, there will be weakening, arterial weakening and all that. So, there will be aneurysm and rupture. So, cardiovascular complication will be there. And it cause also, copper deficiency cause fibrosis of myocardium will be causing, that will lead to heart failure. Menkes kinky hair syndrome. What happens here? Another thing I didn't say, Wilson disease is autosomal recessive disease. If you can remember, it is autosomal recessive. Menkes kinky hair syndrome, here it is X-linked defect present normally in male. mutation in ATP7A gene. So in different site is different gene. In hepatic parenchyma normally ATP7B, that gene problem causing Wilson disease, and in the intestine copper is absorbed but it is not exported from intestinal wall to blood. Their problem is there, so the gene is ATP7A. In the intestine ATP7A, in the hepatic, that is for the Wilson disease ATP7B gene problem. There in the liver it is separate gene. Mutation in ATP7A gene, copper cannot be transported in blood. Copper not mobilized from intestinal and other tissues. Copper entered in the cell, is absorbed in the cell, but it is not going to the getting out of the cell. So it is accumulating into the cell and causing toxicity. Child dies in infancy and treatment is injection of copper salt. So in the Menkes kinky hair syndrome, copper is in the cell but not in blood. Okay. And here is what happens. Copper is needed for melanin synthesis because tyrosinase is the enzyme. From tyrosine you need formation. Tyrosine is needed for melanin formation, and tyrosinase is the enzyme where copper is present. So if copper is not present in the body properly, so melanin cannot be formed. So hypopigmentation will be there. In severe cases, there will be white and grey alternate patches in the hair that will cause white hair flag syndrome. There will be white hair flag, that term will be there. White and black alternate patches will be there. And Menkes kinky hair syndrome, here child will die in infancy, and because of copper is not there, so you have to inject copper salt. Melanin, tyrosinase is copper dependent. Okay, hypopigmentation and grey color hair. Here is flag type of hair growth. That is only it's better syndrome. If you say all, some of the other symptoms will be also added. It will can be there, but it's better to avoid. We will say flag type of hair growth. Brain dysfunction will be there. What happens if is decreased copper into the blood, cerebellum will be affected and there will be ataxia. And if it's increased copper in the blood, that copper will bind to the prion protein and cause Alzheimer's disease. Copper toxicity. If copper is present too much in the blood, it will oxidize protein and lipid, and it can cause also free radical formation. So if it forms free radical formation, some 4 points you will remember. It will attack protein, damage protein. It will attack lipid peroxidation present, lipid present in membrane. It will attack the lipid present in membrane. Lipid peroxidation will be there. So membrane will not function properly. Other than that, mitochondria will be permeable. And another thing, it will cause DNA damage. So free radicals will cause problem in 4 sites: protein, lipid, mitochondria and DNA. It will cause diarrhea and blue-green discoloration of the saliva, and its toxicity causes hemolysis, hemoglobinuria, proteinuria and renal failure. Copper will induce the formation of metallothionein protein. Metallothionein protein will bind copper, zinc, mercury, cadmium, so it makes it non-toxic. Free radical scavenger system, in that you have reactive oxygen species and you have reactive nitrogen species, ROS and RNS. Two things are there in free radical scavenger system. ROS and RNS. ROS reactive oxygen species and RNS is reactive nitrogen species. Did you understand that how hollow ceruloplasmin is formed from apoceruloplasmin? hollow ceruloplasmin. In hollow ceruloplasmin, it is a glycoprotein. Protein part is alpha 2 globulin, and glyco part is there is added carbohydrate. Okay. So hollow ceruloplasmin, that peptide part, there will be intracellular ATP by copper, intracellular copper binding ATPase. From that, after that carbohydrate side chain will be added, and then hollow ceruloplasmin will be formed. Hollow ceruloplasmin's half-life is 4 to 5 days, where from apoceruloplasmin, hollow ceruloplasmin will be formed. Ceruloplasmin's half-life is 4 to 5 days, where apoceruloplasmin will be destroyed before that. So, hollow ceruloplasmin is better. You have to anyhow make to hollow ceruloplasmin. In Wilson disease, what happens that copper incorporation cannot be happening, so ceruloplasmin is not forming. The hollow ceruloplasmin is not forming properly. So, decrease ceruloplasmin level in Wilson's disease. If anyone asks you about the antioxidant, name some antioxidant, you will say vitamin E, C, A, caffeine, ceruloplasmin, and if you can say glutathione. And E, because ADEK is fat soluble vitamin, so aqueous lipid phase antioxidant is vitamin E, and BC, it is water soluble. So liquid phase antioxidant is vitamin C. And caffeine also normally you can consume. So these are the antioxidants. ROS is reactive oxygen species, RNS is reactive nitrogen species. Wilson disease is hepatolenticular, so it is hepatic component is there, and lenticular means basal ganglia deposition of copper is there. Their deficiency problem is in ATP7B. Okay, and for Menkes kinky hair syndrome, Menkes kinky hair disease, there is problem is ATP7A. There from intestine copper is not going to the blood. And normally you will not see copper in urine. Only in disease condition you have to find out the copper excretion through urine. So that time you will only measure the urine content of copper. This one, the previous equation I had shown before. This copper is present in ceruloplasmin. Ceruloplasmin also is known as ferrooxidase. So iron mobilization for that copper is needed. If anywhere copper is not present, iron mobilization will not be there, and that time the problem, iron accumulation and all that. Okay. And copper plus 2 bound to ceruloplasmin, copper plus 1 bound to ceruloplasmin. That's what. And 4 sites where reactive oxygen species affect. You have to remember protein, lipid, mitochondria and DNA. Protein damage will be there, lipid membrane, lipid peroxidation will be there, mitochondrial permeability will be there, and DNA damage will lead to cancer.